So you may have heard of 3D printing, but did you also know that it's possible to print living cells and gels to recreate parts of the human body? At Inventia, we're big believers in 3D bioprinting. We think it's one of those rare technologies that will radically change medical practice. And there's been a lot of hype around the idea of printing organs for transplant on demand, and we do see a future where that's possible. But we believe in starting with something simple, so we're beginning with curing cancer, which sounds ridiculous because it's, of course, not simple at all. But the bioprinting revolution will begin here, with engineering biology in the lab to make medical discovery like cancer research far more efficient. And that's still a major challenge. We've seen some improvement in survival rates, particularly for difficult to treat cancers. But considering the amount of investment, those lines still remain pretty flat. And so we believe that scientists still need better tools to equip them to find cures faster. You see, scientists are still stuck with some pretty outdated technologies. This is a cell culture plate. It's used by every biologist in every cell lab around the world. They grow cells on the surface of this plate to study their behavior and expose them to new drugs. They use it because it's simple and standard, but the issue is it doesn't reflect reality. There's no 2D plastic surfaces in your body for a cancer to appear. The next step is often to test new drugs in animal models, but a mouse is not a human. And so millions are invested in drugs that looked promising in a dish or in a mouse, only for them to fail as soon as they're given to a human. And so the field has been swarming to better models, things like 3D cell culture and mini organs, which better reflect what's going on in the body. And these models can even be made with human cells, potentially bypassing our reliance on animal models. But these models, the methods of creating these models are still manual, they're inefficient, and they're variable. So imagine trying to pick up a little sphere of tumour, not much bigger than a grain of sand, and place it in a little blob of gel within each well across this plate. In a typical experiment that might require 1,000 spheroids, that process can take over 9 days and 50 hours of manual labour. And this is what highly trained scientists are doing with their time. So there's got to be a better way. So we developed Rastrum. It's a 3D bioprinting platform, not to print hearts initially, but to print these little models of cancer and other disease and to make it an amazing user experience. We've made it very easy. We sell off-the-shelf kits with all the reagents needed for an experiment, so a user can just plug in a cartridge, press play, and go and do something more valuable with their time. And when they come back in as little as 30 minutes, not only is the experiment printed, but every well across this plate will be near identical, and that has huge advantages for scientific reproducibility. And most importantly, we can print multiple cell types and materials simultaneously, giving scientists the power to create 3D models that are far more complex and more reflective of what's going on in the body. There's no platform like this built for cell biology. Medical research is a significant market for us, but it's just the beginning. From there, we can move pretty quickly into drug discovery, where every pharma and biotech company is desperate to improve their preclinical research efficiency. And also into personalised medicine, where every cancer doctor is desperate for a way to match an individual patient with a drug that's going to be best suited to their cancer. And we're already building data to show that these 3D printed models of tumour using a patient's own cell respond in a way that's more reflective of what we're likely to see in the clinic and could be a fantastic way to approach personalised medicine. We see this as a pathway to further develop our core technology and validate the platform, to launch in the longer term into clinical applications such as the printing of skin to treat burns and wounds, which we've already started on, heart tissue, and potentially, perhaps down the line, organs for transplant. We believe Rastrum provides not only greater efficiency, but also a revolutionary capability in biomedical research, which we hope will lead to more discoveries and cures, and ultimately to improve people's lives, and that's what we're about at the end of the day. Thank you.